Welcome to Radio Ecoshock, where reality is just a hoax. Never mind the record drought burning up the southern United States, the killer flash floods in England, Pakistan, and India, the deadly heat wave around the Mediterranean. The climate is just fine. At least, that's what I heard at the 9/11 Truth Conference held in Vancouver last weekend. We'll hear part of a speech from Leuren Moret, the Lawrence Livermore whistleblower, who woke up the world to the dangers of depleted uranium. Now she seems more like a child of the right-wing granddaddy Lyndon LaRouche. More reasonably and closer to home, we'll have an interview with Derek O'Keefe, part of the online magazine Seven Oaks, and a contributor to Zed magazine. Derek was one of a chorus of progressive thinkers rejecting Alexander Coburn's global denial antics. We'll talk about two Canadian lefty academics who are playing with climate fire. As you know, America has been struggling for years to find a place to dump their nuclear waste. The Yucca Mountain project in Nevada seems hopelessly stalled. Now the minority government in Canada wants to plunge ahead with underground storage. We'll get a reading on this new move from Ann Lindsay of the Manitoba Eco Network. She's been working on the issue for years, and the province of Manitoba has passed a law saying, "No nuclear waste for us, thank you." Let's start with Leuren Moret, who combines anti-nuclearism with climate denial.
This whole global warming thing, I'm a geoscientist, is really a hoax. It's a hoax.
This is Alex Smith asking, why are so many in the 9/11 Truth Movement so hostile to the reality of climate change? On June 22, 2007, the traveling roadshow of 9/11 speakers arrived in Vancouver, Canada. As an environmentalist and a radio journalist, I went to the Sunday afternoon presentations. These promised to explain the dangers of depleted uranium and the conspiracies of war to get oil. My intention was to broadcast the speech by Leuren Moret, spelled M-O-R-E-T, who has awakened so many to the dangers of depleted uranium used in American weapons in the Middle East. When Leuren Moret announced that global warming was a hoax, I was stunned to hear about 25% of the crowd at the 9/11 Truth Conference applaud, like a big weight had been lifted from them. Oh yeah, all that stuff about eventually running out of oil and natural gas, that's a hoax too. Whew. We know this because ex-President Bill Clinton's half-brother is alleged to have said this. He would know. Okay, it's hard to find a speech where I agree and disagree so much at the same time. We don't have time to run the whole thing, so in fairness to Leuren, I'm going to run consecutive clips of the main points separated by a little classical music so you will know where edits were made. I will withhold the rest of my comments until after the 20 minutes from her speech so you can draw your own conclusions. Here is Leuren Moret from the Vancouver 9/11 Truth Conference, June 24th.
Okay, this is a fallout map of the U.S. And this is the radioactive fallout contamination in the environment measured on the ground for nuclear tests conducted between 1957 and 1963. And basically, every person living in the United States in that period was internally contaminated with radiation. And that was just admitted by the U.S. government a few years ago. I think I'm not going to do the slides. If you can just turn the lights on, please. Under the Manhattan Project in World War II, 3 horrific weapons technologies were proposed